Tana's friends have been buddy-buddy with her number one enemy, James Charles, and they both know they have beef with each other.
Who do you still got beef with out there?
I guess my number one, people know this obviously, is James Charles.
Are you ever planning to resolve that?
No.
Put a name on your head and you have to guess who it is.
Tana Mongeau.
Okay, how did you know that?
Michael, if I took your phone right now and looked at your Google search history, it would be OnlyFans, SpongeBob memes, and who does James Charles have beef with?
Her friends have been asked why they're spending time with him, and one of them is responding to the drama. We're also talking about Ethan addressing getting banned, and another thing people are upset over, plus Jeffree Star giving a behind-the-scenes look at his farm and once again addressing the haters. Let's get into it. Starting with Ethan, because people had a lot to say about him in the last couple weeks following his statements involving the NRA convention. I made a video talking about how he was banned from posting on YouTube last week due to getting a strike for a particular comment he made during one of his live shows.
Today in Texas, someone should that building. Okay,
Don't.
I'll roll that back.
Roll that back.
This clip was going around and Ethan was receiving a ton of backlash, but he was fighting back, saying people were not watching the full-length clip, they were only watching an edited portion that was just a few seconds, and he wanted people to watch the full thing to see what he said after he made this comment.
Today in Texas, someone should that building. Okay,
Don't.
I'll roll that back.
Roll that back immediately.
Everything but violence.
Rewind time.
Let me.
Can we cut back?
I got a little carried away there. Nobody the building. All right, I take that back. Thank you. I took it a little too. I got a little passionate there. Let's roll it back.
How do we go back in time?
Rewind time.
After a week-long ban, he did return to his channel this past week and address the situation.
Well, guys, I am back. I survived a coordinated, relentless effort to destroy the show.
Prior to his return, he was also facing backlash from people on Twitter who were looking into a donation that he made to the GoFundMe in support of helping families following the events in Uvalde. He responded to people saying they faked a donation because his name wasn't showing up on the site by saying, "To all the lowlifes saying we faked our donation to the families, you can stop whining. I don't know why it's not showing up on the GoFundMe page, but we're working on sorting it out. Total is over $100,000 raised now, by the way. I'd love to know what you guys are doing to help, though." People responded to him saying, "Every attempted good action is punished by internet people." And he said, "Every time." Someone else said sometimes they're taken down off GoFundMe when they just need to verify it's real. That's all. He said, "I think that's all it is. A $50,000 credit card charge. Probs needs to be confirmed, and it's a long weekend since this all went down Memorial Day weekend. But it's certainly been a lot for the H3 crew and just a really heavy subject they've been called out for, but I think all should be resolved with a donation, and like I said, they are able to post on their channel again. Ethan did think they were going to face permanent damages, like their channel being deleted or demonetized for several months, but that wasn't the case here.
I'm not mad that YouTube banned us for a week. I get it. I get it. To be honest, I was afraid it was going to go worse. I thought it was, at first, when I saw, Don Jr. tweeted about it, and Alex Jones, and all these conservatives on the whole conservatosphere, I was afraid it might actually get worse. Like, I was like, this is bad. I don't know. I was afraid we might get, like, this whole channel demonetized, or, how sometimes when something really bad happens with, like, Logan Paul, or it happened with Shane, too, where their channel gets like demonetized for 3 months or some, or like, I don't know, some undisclosed amount of time. So I was pretty nervous. I'm not gonna lie, but it didn't. It was just a 7-week suspension, and everything's fine.
7 day.
7 day, 7 week, 7 day.
Now, in other news, Jeffree Star has been a big discussion as of recent. After staying out of the headlines for a little while, he has once again found himself getting called out when he shocked a lot of people by saying he was going to be selling yak meat. Yes, he has a farm, but originally he said the ranch was just for cuddling and brushing his yaks. So when he just randomly posted a photo of yak meat, people were a little shook, okay? Well, a lot of shook. He addressed it in a ton of Instagram stories, clapping back at people calling him a liar, but he decided to film an entire YouTube video to further explain his switch of decision and how he separates his pet yaks from the yaks that he uses to create his meat products.
There was never a plan to raise yaks for meat in the beginning. I know some people can't fathom that and they want to say I'm a liar, I'm this, blah, blah, blah. Girl, I've been living out in paradise out here. And when I learned more about the animal, I was like, oh, well, I want to try doing stuff like that. So yes, a long time ago, I did trademark the Star Yak Ranch for all sorts of things: fiber, breeding, butchering, everything. So yes, I do sell a vegan cosmetics brand, and I'm like, you guys, that has nothing to do with my yak ranch. But I get it, it's Jeffree Star. People love to make everything into something that it's not. And I've just been keeping to myself for a few years, so I know the girls wanted to get excited. But all of the yaks that I'm raising for food, they're in a back pasture. Yes, they are still getting love and care, and they're eating amazing. Obviously, they're all grass-fed. But I don't name them. I don't halter train them. I don't spend hours with them. And at my ranch, we don't have names for our food. But that doesn't mean that other ranches don't. I know people that would raise someone like this, and then 10 years later, they're like, okay, I fed you for 10 years. Now you're gonna feed me.
Now, I said it in a different video, and I'm gonna say it again, but I totally believe that Jeffree did this whole surprise, I'm selling yak meat, to get all this publicity, get people talking about his yak meat, so that his yak meat business can get publicity for free, and people will be way more curious and probably maybe want to buy it. I know that sounds weird, but Jeffree has always shocked people when he's done crazy makeup launches, and a lot of the shocking shade names or shocking packaging or photo shoots have always led to him getting talked about and thus creating more of a buzz around his business. And I definitely think this whole thing was just a marketing tactic, and that he's not mad anybody is trying to call him out at all. I feel like he knew exactly what he was doing by surprising people with the yak meat. Anyway, let's get into what is going on with Tana. It is no secret she does not like James Charles. So when Brooke was photographed with him at Coachella, people were like, WTF. And then when Amari and Mario went to James Charles' birthday vacation trip, everyone was like, WTF times 2.
Okay, you guys, so if you don't know, now you know. I'm in Palm Springs right now for James Charles' birthday. Love Miss Jamie Charlie, Camp Charles, you know, all that good stuff.
All the comments were wondering why they would be hanging out with him after Tana has been very vocal about not liking him for his actions using his power over fans and obviously talking to younger boys. Now, because Amari and Mario were on the birthday trip, when Amari and Tana went on live earlier this week, people just had to know more about what the heck was going on with that. How he got the invite, why he was there. People were asking questions, spamming that chat.
You guys, I told you guys I was at James's birthday. I don't know what more you want.
He was at James's birthday. We don't know what more you want.
Damn, I don't see y'all commenting on Mario's
Amari definitely seemed bothered by people asking why he was there and wanted people to be upset at Mario as well, but I think people were just asking him since he was on live with Tana, and people were obviously going to be bringing it up since they were together. And I got a lot of DMs of people being like, oh my god, Tana and Amari are not friends anymore. He's with James Charles. Listen, if Tana's still talking to Brooke after they took that picture together at Coachella, she is definitely unbothered by Mario and Amari going on this trip. I definitely think that she's going to take this as some sort of like publicity moment. I mean, Tana literally took the opportunity to call Amari a traitor on live. Like, they're clearly joking with each other. Like, they're clearly on good terms. Like, they're on live together after the trip.
Traitor.
Oh my god.
James, man.
But obviously, like I said, it seems all good with them since they're hanging out, so who really knows how she feels about James these days? As much as it's known that they don't like each other, it might just be another one of those times where in a few months they work it out and are posting pictures at a party together, trying to break the internet like she did when she reunited with people that she said she didn't support anymore, like David Dobrik, Shane Dawson, and her old manager Jordan. There's been a bunch of times where Tana's like, I don't like this person, da 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 da, goes off on them on her podcast, and and like on Twitter and likes shady tweets about them, makes TikToks about them, and then all of a sudden she's posting pictures with them trying to be like, oh my god, like TBT to when I talked bad about them. I guess we'll just have to see if this is just one of those situations, and I definitely want to know what you guys think about this and everything else we talked about today. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye guys.